This is wild. People are saying that Jake Paul lost hundreds of millions of dollars on the fight that he was supposed to win. But that Anthony Joshua went against the tongue sign script and pounded him out. And what happened? Look at what happened. Anthony Joshua allegedly, kind of suspiciously, was involved in an accident that almost took his life. It took the life of 2 other people. So a lot of people are questioning what is going on.
The digital landscape moves at a speed that traditional reality can rarely match. We are currently living through a moment where the lines between professional athletics, high-stakes litigation, and pure internet mythology have blurred into a singular, chaotic narrative. It starts with a whisper on a forum or a clipped video on a timeline. And before the sun sets, the entire world is convinced they are witnessing the collapse of an empire. This is a phenomenon surrounding the latest storm involving Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua, a saga where the script is allegedly being torn up in real time, and the consequences are spilling out of the ring and into the streets. The first thing that turns a simple rumor into an absolute wildfire isn't evidence or a signed affidavit. It's a precise moment when the word federal agents and celebrity mansion collide in the public consciousness. Suddenly,
actually nice to get that camera.
What's going on?
What's up, Floyd?
I can have what I want.
What's your name with the camera? Oh, you got camera too. So who you supposed to be? I'm just working, man.
What happened? You're not tough anymore since your loss? What happened since your loss? Yo, we gonna bust him up, guys?
I told you before, put that
Yo, let's bust him up. Where you running, Jake? Where you going since your fight? Since you lost? What's up, Jake?
every observer with a smartphone transforms into a part-time investigator with a full-time imagination. We've seen this play out before, most notably when aerial footage captured tactical teams and helicopters circling a Calabasas estate. That visual of specialized units seizing long guns near a luxury hot tub wasn't just news. It was a high-production event that fed the internet's hunger for a specific kind of drama. When law enforcement remains silent and warrants are sealed, a vacuum is created. And in the attention economy of 2026, the internet rushes to fill that vacuum with the most dramatic, most scandalous stories possible. At the heart of the current storm is a persistent accusation that these megafights are nothing more than carefully choreographed performances.
That Jake Paul's home was being raided by the FBI. News station helicopters got footage and pictures of Jake Paul's house being
Oh, they taking his guns and stuff, so there's gotta be something gun related? Like, damn. But that's a sticky situation right there.
Photos show the FBI SWAT team seizing guns, several guns. According to the local ABC station, the weapons included a long gun that was next to the hot tub in the backyard. This search is part of an ongoing investigation, and no arrests.
To the skeptics, Jake Paul isn't just a fighter. He is a brand being protected by a series of legal and financial maneuvers. The argument usually goes like this. The matchup itself is a fundamental violation of the laws of sports physics. On one side, you have a YouTuber who transitioned into the sport. On the other, you have Anthony Joshua, a heavyweight champion who has spent a lifetime in the deep end of elite competition. When the results of such a clash don't align with the public's internal fantasy of a vintage knockout, the collective response is often to scream scripted. It is easier for many to believe in a massive, coordinated conspiracy involving promoters, judges, and billion-dollar organizations than it is to accept that boxing is a messy, unpredictable business where conditioning...
Anthony, and I've kept them in my prayers, and it's such a tragic situation that we don't wish upon anybody, and I'm sending love to all of them and keeping them in our prayers, and I think everybody else should do the same. And we have so much love, and things are so much bigger than boxing and living life, and we're just all blessed to be here, and we all have to be grateful for that.
Be going on behind the scenes.
And this is Jake Paul's house. He got raided by the FBI. What could this guy be possibly into now?
Connect outside of YouTube. Twitter was buzzing with photos and videos of SWAT teams at Jake Paul's house yesterday. And no, they are not fake. The FBI and a SWAT team showed up at Jake Paul's house with a search warrant. The search began at 6 a.m. in connection with an ongoing investigation, according to FBI spokeswoman Laura I. Miller. Jake was not at home at the time. Unfortunately for T channels and everyone else that wants to know the scoop, the judge sealed the search warrant affidavit, so we don't actually know too much about why.
Age and strategy produce underwhelming or unexpected outcomes. The internet's obsession with leaked scripts has become a genre of its own. A screenshot circulates on a Discord server claiming to predict the exact round of knockdown, and even if it's wrong 99% of the time, that 1% of coincidence is treated as a smoking gun. This creates a self-sealing logic. The stakes shifted dramatically when rumors began circulating about a suspicious accident involving Anthony Joshua. When you pair a high-profile sports loss with a life-threatening event, the conspiracy theorists go into overdrive. The narrative being pushed suggests that Joshua deviated from a prearranged plan, that he chose to fight with a level of brutality he wasn't supposed to show, and that the subsequent chaos was a form of cosmic or corporate retribution. While these claims often lack a single shred of verifiable evidence, they thrive because they fit the movie version of reality we've been conditioned to expect. We want the world to work like a high-stakes thriller. We want the villain to be running for the airport and the hero to be dodging shadows. This is where the reports of Jake Paul fleeing the country enter the chat. In the viral version of the story, he isn't just traveling for business or a vacation. He is on the move to avoid the blast radius of new reports surfacing about the Joshua incident. It's important to realize that for a celebrity of this magnitude, movement proves nothing. However, in the court of public opinion, optics are treated as evidence. Leaving the country during a controversy is interpreted as a confession. Staying put is seen as hiding in plain sight. It is a fundamental trap of modern fame. Once the narrative has been set, your daily schedule is no longer your own. It belongs to the investigators in the comments section. One of the more insightful critiques of these influencer-led events centers on the sheer danger of the heavyweight division. Critics argue that marketing budgets and social media followers cannot change the fundamental impact of a 250-pound elite athlete landing a clean shot. Physics does not care about your training vlogs or how many subscribers you have. When you put a legendary name like Mike Tyson or a current titan like Anthony Joshua into the influencer machine, you are pouring gasoline on a cultural fire. The irony is that both sides are often looking at the same thing. Jake Paul is simultaneously a trained athlete who puts in legitimate hours in the gym and a carefully constructed product designed for maximum ROI. Those two things can exist in the same space without canceling each other out. He can be a real fighter in the sense that he is in the ring taking punches, and a fake fighter in the sense that his opponents are often chosen with surgical precision to ensure the brand remains intact. Why are we so obsessed with the downfall arc? Psychologically, the internet loves a redemption story, but it salivates over a collapse. There is a sense of moral bookkeeping involved. People feel that the attention economy has allowed individuals to skip the line, gaining wealth and status without the decades of struggle usually required in professional sports. Therefore, when a controversy like the FBI raid or the Joshua rumors hits, the public views it as the bill coming due. This is why the fleeing narrative is so sticky. It provides a satisfying ending to the chapter. It suggests that the main character has been backed into a corner and has no choice but to escape. Even if the escape is just a flight to a different training camp or a business meeting in Dubai, the internet will frame it as a cinematic retreat. Beyond the memes and the hashtags, there's a very real legal shadow hanging over any accusation of scripts. The moment you involve professional gambling, the conversation stops being about vibe and starts being about vagrancy and fraud. Professional boxing is governed by strict commissions and legal frameworks precisely because billions of dollars in betting revenue depend on the integrity of the contest. If a fight were truly scripted, it wouldn't just be a PR scandal. It would be a multi-state criminal enterprise. This is why promoters fight back so aggressively against these rumors. They aren't just defending a fighter's honor. They are defending the legality of their entire industry. Yet, the history of boxing is littered with enough genuine controversy, questionable judges, backroom deals, and fixed fights from the mid-20th century that the audience has been trained to be cynical. You cannot spend 50 years showing people the fix is in and then be surprised when they don't believe the current product is 100% clean. Ultimately, what we are watching is not just a boxing career or a legal drama. We are watching the maturation of the attention economy. Jake Paul has become a mirror for our own cultural anxieties. He represents a fear that everything is a performance, that truth is negotiable, and that if you have enough followers, you can rewrite the rules of reality itself.